Welcome to Trading Lounge and the Bitcoin report for the 10th of March. We'll also look at Ethereum as well. I won't look at all the altcoins. We looked at all of those yesterday. So yeah, let's dive in and take a look. So in a bit of a nutshell here, we're looking at wave 3 with wave 4 and then moving up for wave 5. The only tricky bit in this is that wave 4 can also pull back down here in an A wave, a B wave and a C wave here for wave 4. As I mentioned before, the previous correction here is 1 degree less than this one here. So this one here should be 60% bigger than this one here. So I'm thinking this first move down through here is just this move here for this. And then we come up here in an A and a B and a C, but we move back up, you know, way back up past the 61.8%. But this is where the trading levels come in, so the 40 here. So it really just came back up to meet that. There is no real large number up here, but we are moving higher. We have moved past the 61.8%. So we need to look at the 70, the 55. 1,000, which is the 78.6, the square root of 61.8%. So we could end up with a pattern like this here. So we just need, I don't think it's the case, by the way, but it still haunts me that this correction here is actually bigger than this one here for this. So we just need to be careful. This came way up to the high up here, you know, to hit that supply up there. So we may be hitting that up there. So we need to understand this trend here as much. And also too, this is not really the perfect, you know, we can label it wave 1, but it doesn't label the best as wave 1. It's more like an A and a B and a C up here for this. So we're not out of the woods yet for this. It's still a 50-50 bet, but once we understand this trend here for ETH and also the Bitcoin, the better off we are. So yeah, just coming back to the daily chart, we'll drill into that in a moment. So just coming back here for a second, if we were moving up here in a bull market, then this would be wave 1 here and 2 here, of course, and wave 3 would be up around the old high here with bit of a wave 4 here and then wave 5 up here. So the next level up between two major levels, so we've got 5, so the Fibonacci numbers are 1, 2, 3, 5 and 8 and then back to the power of 10. So in this case 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 50,000, 80,000 and then to 100,000 and then 2, so 200,000, 300,000, that kind of thing. But the 65 is the halfway mark between here, so also a nice target. So you'll see this if you look at stocks at $65 or $6.50, 65 cents, you'll start to 6,500, you'll start to see how important that number is. Right, so let's just continue to cruise in here for a moment. The 4-hour chart. So yeah, we've got a couple of trades in here, but we've had trades in here as well. I'm not trading this, so I'm not paying too much attention to it. I'm just buying it, just hodling it, stacking it, whatever. So if this was the case here, then we'd be looking at wave 1 here, wave 2 here, and then we need to look at this as wave 3. Wave 3 normally comes in around the old highs here. It gives it a good excuse to have a bit of a correction. But we know at that point too that double tops are never the end of a trend. So then we'll push up there. So the 65 makes it sort of nice. The 62 is also really important here because in terms of geometry, the 62 will be you know, the 61.8% in that regard. So it's just a subtle important thing. So that's what we have. We either have 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, or we have an A and a B and a C wave for this B wave. The 55 is the 78.6, so we can see it have a little dance here. 5 is the second strongest number, so we're going to see a bit of a dance across here anyway. And if that's the case, well, then we'll see, you know, we'll see that move come back down here in 5 waves to the old low. Because it's gone so high here, it doesn't need to come way down here low for that case. It can just come back to the old low at that case. If it only came up to the 61.8% mark, then it would go deeper at that point, but when they go higher up here, they go lower over this side. Just natural. So yeah. Now, Ethereum was leading to the upside in terms of this trend here, but they're both about the same now in that relationship. So that distance here from the high here to here is much the same Ethereum is at the moment as well. So not a big difference where Ethereum was sort of leading the way. We'll have a closer look at this in a moment, but we just need to continue to drill in here. So maybe the 1 hour chart. Okay, a lot of messy drawings here, not to worry, I'll sort it out. Let me just clean this up as I go. Okay, so what I was thinking today is that looking at this as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here for wave 1 and back for wave 2 here. And the reason for that, we can start to see this is really taking shape here as a nice third wave. It's got a bit of body and form to it. So yeah, we could look at this as, might be a little bit short, but let's just have a look at it. It still could be the B wave, but we still need to count it. So there'll be 1 and 2 in there, and there'll be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Maybe 4, sorry. There's a wave 3 there somewhere, and there's a little wave 4 in there, and then there's a little wave 5 coming up into this space here. So this makes it kind of interesting. So we'll know in the next video what's what here. So let me just get this in here. I better look at this on the tick chart. Might just come back to this here. Just want to check on a few things. That's where wave 1 and wave 3 here are the same length to that point. So we are pushing through, which is good. So we're sort of on the right track with that. Still looks a little bit short, but this is where it can also be the C wave here as well, by the way. So wave C here of B sitting here. And this is what we need to move past, you know. So I'm figuring, I'll check on the tick chart just in case I made a mistake, which wouldn't be the first time, but we'll see a classic trading level, the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level, and then an ABC pattern here that can come back to the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree and then push up from that point. So once it takes this little top out here, then we know that we're going to be going to the 65,000 at that point, up to this point. But as it stands, it's possible to have this wave 3 or this wave 5 here as wave C or B at that point, and this is where it can fold lower at that point. There's a good chance of that too, because oh, it's not there, is it? Sorry, I'll come back. That's not quite true. Forget what I said about that. That needs to be up here higher. It needs to be up here. I'll just come back to that. I've got another problem to sort out first. I just want to check on this trend here. Okay, this is the other count that I had. Right, okay, this is probably better, but it's not, well, it's not that much better really, but okay, so sorry I haven't sorted all this out for you, but I mean, at this stage, because yesterday we're looking at 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and possibly 5 up here. And that's okay, because we can see that wave 1 is its size, wave 3 is a bit bigger here, wave 4 just touches over here, so that's a no-no, and then we've got wave 5. So what we're seeing here, apart from the wave count, what we're actually seeing here is we're seeing this trend is expanding, so we're getting longer in the ranges here. So what we could also count this here slightly differently here as well, where we have wave 1 here, and this is probably a better fit as well, and wave 3 up here, wave 4 and wave 5 here. Sorry about this, but heading up for that, so that can go up to there. This feels a bit better. Don't need that. I don't think we're looking at this trend, was probably not the B wave at this stage. We can pop these in here. That goes there, that goes there, that goes there, that goes there, that goes up there somewhere for the third wave. The fourth wave can still pull back into this space here for that. So first high above the level, the ABC pattern here, and then wave 5 heading up to 58, and 8's a profit taking number. So we can expect wave 3 and this to come back here again as well. So we'll see this come back into, they can all come back to that level if it wanted to. Okay, so just you need to know that because for your stops and things. But normally we'll see that sort of higher through here, and then wave 5 coming up here somewhere, and that will give us blue wave 3 at that point. Okay, sorry, I should have looked at all of that before. So that feels a bit better to me, that everything's proportional now. Everything feels better at this particular stage for this. So yeah, definitely going higher. So I'll just come back to my hourly chart. Oh, I can do that later, can't I? So that means here, the swap here would be that we take this here, that there, that's 1 and 2 here. Don't need that one, got one of those over there, so we put that here. Don't need that, it's next degree smaller. Don't need that, that, wave 3 there, wave 4 over here. Don't need that. Okay, well, there we go. Let's sorted that out. Okay, probably don't need that. Looking at this, we're going to be going, so that will take us up to there and there. Yeah, no, that's all sits better. I feel better about that now. I mean, it can look quite impressive when you sort of do something like that, but it's just very rough anyway. And when when the market actually unfolds in this sort of area here, you'll see how drunk I actually was. Yeah, that's all good. Okay, so finally got through that. So ETH is the same then. We can expect ETH to have a wave 3 and 4 across the old high up here for this. And this is, as you can see here, if we look at this as wave 1 and 2 here, it's starting, this is much longer than wave 1 here, because if it was an ABC pattern, it would be, they would have equality to them. Wave A would have equality to wave C, but we've moved past the 61.8% and we're at the 78.6 roughly. So, well, pretty accurately really there. So we're going to see a dance at the 1900 there. So that's something that we can understand. That point, I'm not sure what I've done on the 1 hour chart here for this. Haven't really updated it, but we'll have a little look at it. Nothing else happening here at the moment, so we don't need the A wave and the B wave there for that. Okay, I sort of had this over here, didn't I? That. So little wave. So I had this. So this is good because this matches up with the other count. So we're going to see quite the dance across this level, but we're also going to see, because of the 78.6, oh no, the 78.6 is right there, isn't it? You're still going to see a bit of a dance across the 1900 here for this. So this has got a bit further to go. So it'll be up around the 19. We'll come back to the wave 4, then up to here for this. Then we'll come back, possibly, don't have to come all the way back there, but and then up from there, but always good to be conservative and look at the possibilities rather than putting our heads in the sand. So, okay, that's where we are. We'll use that ABC over here for that. I don't think we need the B wave anymore. Pop it over there, pop that over there. Okay, I'll leave it at that for that. Yeah, I mean, we've had trades in here and here and here. Everybody's sort of doing their own thing, I guess, but I mean, if you're going for the longer haul, it's no point in putting a stop in here just yet for this. And that's typical third wave price action, taking the trend channel out here. So in a way, you could also consider this overbought, coming above here, and then coming back down to this trend line, oversold. Alrighty, I'll leave it at that. Thanks for tuning in. Cheers.